When I started to plan this trip with my friend Nat exactly a year ago, I imagined us biking down seaside towns to small art galleries and recapping our day in a cute cafe. I got excited from watching all these vlogs on how calm and peaceful it was on Japan's art islands. But to give this vlog some context, we wanted to visit the Setouchi Triennale, an art festival held every 3 years for 100 days on Japan's art islands. We also just happened to be there at the tail end of Mid-Autumn Festival, so honestly, we weren't prepared and we were just overwhelmed with the logistics. Anyway, I'm going to take you along for 4 days to the art islands, and hopefully you're either gonna get a few laughs or gain some tips if you're planning to go. The goal of this channel was always to provide a calm space for people to relax and watch, but also serve as a travel guide for those who are planning a trip, and so hopefully you won't make the same mistakes as us. Just as art is subjective, these next 4 days were also just our personal experience. And as always, subtitles are available in CC. And let's start. They have it.
Station stamp book is a picture of a udon bowl. First art piece of the day is at the ferry port. This is the lineup for the ferry this morning. 2 bikes left. Let's get our bikes. Workout, leg workout.
just hopped off the bus and then now we're transferring to another bus to go to the Olive Park.
아래 udon 써볼게. 5 cents. 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3.
2, 1. No shoes allowed. Sesame oil factory.
We are walking to Takamatsu Port. Since Nat planned the whole trip, we sent the boys off to queue for ferry tickets this morning. guys. Day 2. It's currently 2:30. The next ferry here is at 3:30 back to Takamatsu, but it comes from Teshima first before Naoshima. So we just want to guarantee a seat, and we're gonna line up for an hour just to make sure we get back in time.
Ferry today. The boat has departed Naoshima Homura port, and now we are currently sailing towards Takamatsu port. We hope you enjoy your trip with us today. Thank you.
Tonight's dinner is izakaya. There's notification.
Victor smells funny.
It is 7:02 a.m. and I am now heading to the ferry port to buy tickets. A.m. to Teshima Lure.
福島
Mine up here. It's a fast boat.
Yeah, there's only fast boats.
Okay.
When we were here at 7,
Yeah.
they were giving out those tickets, and I'm on 3.
Yeah.
So they were like, yeah, here.
Oh, that's it.
So they weren't going to be like, no, you can't. Like, so, do you want anything else?
What else do you have?
I got drinks.
You got the whole thing, man.
Yeah. Want coffee?
I'm good, man. I got coffee ready. I just had one
You
earlier.
want energy drink?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah,
Sure.
this is good enough, thanks.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Sorry, I didn't get your name yet, man.
Steve.
Yeah, Victor.
Victor, nice to meet
man.
you.
Oh, it's rented out already. See you guys. Bikes. The guys and the girls split up. We went to 3 bike rentals. They went to 2, and all of them have sold out for the day. You gotta come here for the 7:40 a.m. ferry to secure a bicycle or reserve online.
teshima 公民館前、teshima 公民館前、降りる人。
ださいませ。
Oh yeah, it's fine. Just if we take at 5 p.m. then we land at 6. We booked 12:15. Got here just in time. 3 minutes to go.
They gave me a bag to put my camera in, because no photos. Coffee, please. Ooh.
This is what happens when you don't have a bike and a car. I saw that too first. Is it souvenir or like European? Is it plastic? Oh, it's got the caramel thing. Pick him up at the hotel. Oh, do you want to ask? Oh, I think the one that we saw was C1. Should get this one. Oh yeah. Secured a car. Now we got to secure a spot on the ferry tomorrow.
Oh, I saw Pokemon Train earlier. having udon for dinner.
Good. Teshima, you killed me. Another day, another onigiri.
That's a marathon.
Yeah.
Tickets are sold out for naoshima already.
A12, naoshima bearing, over capacity, not allowed to go.
Run, 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 run.
Are you trying to go to now? Yeah. Oh, so early.
We're gonna slow down when
Yeah. What part are we relaxing? When does relaxing start?
Little beach here. It's not moving at all still.
Doesn't care. Hello.
Nice study. Yeah. So you can enjoy 5 minutes.
this guy? Sam says this is me eating chips.
Your spirit animal. We survived.
When you put this video together, you're going to go, we just did the same
thing
over and over and over.
So what you see here is exactly what's inside.
I think that one would look good with 4 people. Third in line
Just go
for our ferry.
Triple check that we've got
Yeah.
the tickets are all there.
check out the world's longest, tallest bar door right here.
Tudo que restou dessa fantasia foi sentimento e a fotografia